Hi, good evening, folks.
Name?
My name is Barth Baslik. I'm new to this town. I've moved in about like a year and a half ago. I'm here because I just wanted to put on record on some of the things we're dealing with on Woodside Avenue. So for those folks who are not aware, there's a really big project going underway. Ron, I've seen you a few times. We understand, and I see a few of my neighbors here as well. Just wanted to make aware of, we understand that it's going to be a difficult project, and we knew that back in May when we all had that board meeting, but, I won't spell out names, but there's been just some instances in the morning and, dealing with a certain person that, I don't want to be too specific, but it's, it hasn't gone as planned, so not to be, I don't want to take any more time, but just, I guess for the future projects, I would like, someone to be a little more considerate, or, when you hire a contractor, you're dealing with human beings. You're dealing with 30 or 40 households. Everyone's got one or two jobs. I've got a 16-month-old kid. And there's just been certain instances where I felt like, I understand a job has to get done, but at what cost? We've all been made aware that we have to park our cars elsewhere. There hasn't been any parking made available. We've been dealing with, a certain individual who just hasn't really shown any sort of empathy. To give you an example, one morning I had to carry my daughter up that hill, and, no one offered to help me. I was carrying my daughter, carrying her bag. I've seen other neighbors who are, a lot older than I have to carry their groceries down. So from a future perspective, I think there needs to be a better plan put in place to help deal with, day-to-day lives. I can put up with that. I'm a young man, but there's several older people on our block who can't do that. And, I've seen older people help even older people. That shouldn't happen. And so, hopefully some other folks can come up and just share their stories. But I know we're kind of wrapping up on the project, so a question to you is, I'm not sure what's in the contract, but sort of leveling my expectations, because right now it's, they're still in the middle of the project. I'm wondering what is in the actual contract in terms of leaving our property the way it was before construction began. Will my driveway be fixed? Will my front lawn be fixed? So that's a question for the board. And two, it looks like there's another big capital project underway. What sort of consideration are you going to give for future contractors in terms of, what they will be on the hook for in terms of dealing with people on a day-to-day basis? And if there's any way the town can bring someone on as a project manager to deal with these kinds of situations. That's all. So thanks for your time.
Good points. Thank you. Go ahead, sit down, I'll address.
Oh, okay.
Just a couple things. We're bound by the low bid process, and many times our hands are tied, and we can't award a contract because of someone's personality. I know people have called me, and after they call me, I would stop up and say, Mr. So-and-so, you have to take care of this, you can't be this way. And he was yes me to death, and when I would leave, I don't know what names he called me, if any. But you are right. From what I understand, the worst is over. I mean, we had problems with Consolidated Edison. They were not very cooperative. And the curb had stopped in the middle. They did most of the curb, and then there was an area that they could not complete in the duration they were supposed to, because Con Edison was doing their usual thing. So there was one other thing you had mentioned. But all the properties will be returned. Matter of fact, I saw one of the gentlemen working for the contractor chipping the stone out of the stone wall. And then they're going to use the same stone to replace it in the stone wall. And the one I believe is 177, I believe it is, or 173 as you go up the hill on the left. They put in, from what was there to what has been replaced, I think it's a major improvement to that homeowner. That was a landscape tie wall, which is rotted and ready to go, and they replaced it with a beautiful stone wall, staircase, and railing. So they are on the hook to make your properties better. I don't want to say better because all the properties there on the block are pristine, to make them exactly what they were, if not better. Okay? So.
Yeah. And there will be a punch list that is always done at the end of a project, and the town engineer will be working with the homeowners to make sure that the punch list is complete.
And if you have items, please don't hesitate to come forward, that particular things you want done, be it a sprinkler head or whatever.
I appreciate that. Any responses to that second point regarding future projects?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because I'm going to tell the residents, because we're doing something very similar on Columbus Avenue.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, and, you live and learn.
We need to apply these lessons learned to other neighbors, right? Because, I mean, that's also going to impact us. We live next to Columbus Avenue as well, so.
Well, you don't have to go up and down. It's going to be Jefferson and Columbus. That's really not going to affect you. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Hi, I'm Travis Melby. I live on 161 Woodside. I've had several problems with, I guess we're calling him Individual X. I don't actually know his actual name.
He's watching, so it doesn't matter.
Fair enough. The gentleman blocks the driveway sometimes quite deliberately with his Porsche as he's supervising the construction site. I've seen it happen on many occasions. The other day I was leaving at the 7:30 timeline that occurred. I may have been a minute or two after, and he stops my vehicle. I have my daughter in my car, and he stops my vehicle, and he's yelling at me to say, "Oh, you need to leave sooner, you have to leave sooner." I can't leave sooner because that's when I can drop off my child at her babysitter's. And then when I start to leave, he tries to go inside my car because I have the window down, to yell at me further, I guess. I'm not quite sure, but I just took off. I figured it'd be best for everybody involved just to leave rather than further altercations. But again, I've seen him purposely block the road, not because there was construction going on, because he wanted to. Just block the road on multiple occasions for no reason whatsoever other than to prove a point. It's not his street. I realize he's doing construction on it, and that's great, but it is our street. The renters and the owners, the people, we're all paying into the pot to keep everything going. I've been here for 10 years, not as long as some people, but I've been there for a while now. And, it'd be nice to show a little bit of respect. I'm not saying they need to kiss our feet or anything like that, but, if we're all trying to abide by the rules, you don't need to be a jerk on top of everything else. And frankly, he's being a jerk. My personal
I'm
opinion.
sorry for the inconvenience, and again, thank you for your patience.
Thank you.
Hello there. I'm Carla Forgione, 134 Woodside Avenue. I'm here again. Initially, we were told that we would not be affected in any way, shape, or form. Mrs. Forgione, don't worry, you will not be affected. You're on the corner, it's fine. Well, now there is a significant chunk of land gone. I hear there's a wall that may be built, a telephone pole may be built, and my fence may leave. I have no notification at all in any way, shape, or form. So in terms of communication and management, as a resident, it's difficult. So it's not just parking, it's communication, it's courtesy, it's respect. At what point, now obviously because of the Con Edison issue that's recently come up directly in front of our house.
But there's another one. There's other Con Ed issues besides that one, but continue, I'm sorry.
Oh, have you seen the latest one? I don't know if you've seen the latest one, but it's, almost 90 years old, so yeah. It's, again, like I said, communication, courtesy. At what point will we, if they're gonna be wrapping up this project soon, which was my understanding kind of end of August, at what point will we know what's gonna be what? So that's what I'm saying is, we were not supposed to be affected, but yet we are affected, and no communication.
The intent is to have it done by the end of the summer, the roadway, and then they'll start with the individual properties.
Okay, so then so once the roadway's done, then they'll work on the individual properties and they'll be returned to a respectable manner? Okay. And who will do that communication? Will it be the engineering department? Will it be the contractor? Who will we hear from?
The engineering department.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, anyone for?
All right, I heard some of these comments. I've been dealing with Mr. Bellata. We exchanged pleasantries earlier in May. But I happened to be leaving my house yesterday, and I saw him block the lady in, purposely. The road's not being managed properly. He needs to put plates down, needs to fence it, the thing I see here is lack of oversight. He's just doing whatever he wants. And he's speaking to people the way he wants. So I don't think that's fair. It's not fair to me. I live there, I also work for the town, so I understand where I'm limited, but somebody's gotta say something to him. Or get somebody, I guess management, project manager, keep an eye on him, because he's really off the wall. So that's all I have to say.
Anyone else? Thank you.
Hi, how are you? I'm Julie Forgione, and I also live on Woodside Avenue in West Harrison, where they're doing that project. I just had a question. I was wondering, because this guy is so rude to us, and he's just has no respect for any of the homeowners, is somebody going to oversee him, or speak to him, or explain to him that he can't talk to us and treat us like that?
Here, Julie, I've done that, and, I've gotten a call.
Yeah.
And once I get the call, I take it right over there and give him what for.
Right.
And I assume that it gotten better, because I never got a call
Never,
back.
no, he's worse.
I never got a call back and said he's just as bad as he was.
He's bad.
So I was there yesterday morning,
Yeah.
as he said.
Well, my mom was walking down the street today, and he told her to keep quiet.
Who?
My mom.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so he really needs to be addressed, he needs to be manned, and he needs to have respect for us homeowners, because it is a big project, it has been going on for months. I mean, our whole summer has been ruined. We have no road, we have no parking, we're carrying packages with kids, and to talk to us like that is really terrible.
Okay. I will again tomorrow morning, first thing.
I'm Catherine Bertoli. I live on Woodside as well, and I've spoken to the mayor, and it's true, the man has no respect. All we want, we understand things have to be fixed, projects happen everywhere, it happens in a home. Just treat us with common respect and courtesy, that's all we ask. I can't begin to tell you the list of things he has said to me. I don't even speak to him, and Julie's mother, a particular day, I was coming down the street, which was supposed to be helped. I had dry cleaning, my purse, bags. All of a sudden, here's someone call me. It's her mother. He passed her by. He should have picked her up. She's 90 years old. I helped her down the street to get her to the house. This is not respect. It's not courtesy. It's not decent. Money doesn't buy class.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you.